It was like something out of a film. You never really imagine it's going to be you or your family. And I just remember laying there with her in my arms, just so helpless. She was covered in tubes and wires. Sienna's heart rate was beating at over 300 beats per minute. The doctors were very, very clear with me that this is a cardiac issue. Brugada syndrome is a genetic condition and it can cause dangerous arrhythmias, very high and dangerous heart rates, cardiac arrest, and even sudden cardiac death. And it's apparent now that that's exactly what had happened to Sienna. So because Brugada syndrome is an inherited heart condition, it generally can run through families. So there was a 100% chance that Sienna would have caught it from either Jamie or myself. So Jamie and I were both booked in to have the testing. I went first. I saw the doctor's face and he kind of just put his machine down and he came over to me and he said, "Jodie, I can already see that you've got Brugada from your ECG pattern, and as such, Theo would need to be tested, my parents would need to be tested, my sister and my brother would also need to be tested. Until it's directly impacted your family, you don't understand the importance of it. Without genetic testing, I wouldn't know I've got Brugada syndrome and I wouldn't know my son has got Brugada syndrome. This is something that almost cost me my daughter's life. Because of genetic testing, we're now aware of these factors and we can take preventative measures to protect our lives."
Genetic testing saves many lives, often simply through knowing the cause of the condition and enabling people to then have appropriate therapy or even devices in the case of a potentially fatal arrhythmia. What we need at the moment is a second automated DNA sequencer to help us with the diagnostics that we're currently performing and to cope with the demand that's ever increasing. So the new sequencer can run 50% more samples in a shorter space of time than the current sequencer that we have. By donating, you'll be helping the service do more testing, but most importantly, do them in a shorter time, which will reduce the stress and anxiety for patients who are waiting for a genetic result.
With a lot of these inherited heart conditions, they're often seen as silent, invisible illnesses. You often don't know that you have them until, unfortunately, it is too late. They essentially can only protect themselves and only have the knowledge and the power to do that if they have their genetic testing done. And that's why this appeal is so important. If we can do that on a greater capacity, then we really can save more lives.